What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all doing okay. Now, in today's video, I wanted to discuss a little reminder that sometimes all of us need to hear when we are getting complacent, when we are slacking and making excuses for our lack of work, which, if we're all brutally honest with ourselves, we will do from time to time. Life gets in the way, and sometimes you don't realize how much you've been slacking, and it's easier to make an excuse than it is to digest the reality that you weren't putting in the work. But here's a little expression I want you to ingrain within your mind so that this doesn't happen again and again and again. Don't be angry about the results that you didn't achieve from the work that you didn't do. Look, if you didn't do the work, you can't be making excuses. You can't be angry. You can't be blaming other people. You got to blame the man in the mirror. And you got to have a real conversation with him. What did I do wrong? Why did I slip up like this? Why did I procrastinate and not pull the trigger? And this is general. I don't know you. I don't know your life. However, you can sort of put it in there. You can put the pieces together. We all have times where, we don't perform to our best. And it sucks. But we mustn't make excuses. We really have to be honest with ourselves, because if you're not honest with you, how can you expect anybody else to be honest with you? You want to be aware of your own shortcomings. You want to be aware when you make mistakes, because this is the key to growth. The most successful people in the world, the most useful people in the world, are aware of their shortcomings. They are aware that they can make mistakes. They do not lie to themselves, kid themselves, blame their mistakes on other people. They don't operate like that. They want to improve. They want to be as effective as they can possibly be within their line of work. So, if they fall short because they were complacent, because they slacked, because they quite frankly didn't put the work in, this is something that they'll be honest and they'll reflect about. So why don't you do the same? Follow the blueprint of the people who have a life that you want yours to look like. How do they act? How do they operate? What sort of habits do they undergo? What's their mentality like? They're definitely not bullshitting themselves. They're definitely not convincing themselves that when things go wrong in their life, that it has nothing to do with them. No, they're taking full accountability. And because of that, they're growing quicker than anybody else in the same field as them. You have to force yourself to be accountable, guys. It is the only way you are going to grow. You're not going to get out of the rat race by lying to yourself and convincing yourself that your lack of success has nothing to do with you. It's not your fault. You're unlucky. Things never work out for you. If you start using these excuses now, I promise you, you'll be using them in 20 years' time. We all know that guy who blames everybody, anybody, anything but himself for his lack of success. It just never works out for me. I'm so unlucky. If this person didn't screw everything up, I would be a millionaire by now. I'd be on a yacht in Dubai and I'd have all the money I ever needed. They wouldn't. That is just more comfortable to accept than the reality that they were a slacker. They didn't put the work in. Don't allow that to be you. Don't allow yourself to become the guy that just whinges and moans about everybody who's ever wronged him and points the finger at them instead of himself as the number one reason why he's got a horrible life. But if you establish the trend of not being honest with yourself and blaming other people for your lack of success now, it will carry on later in life. Mental habits like this and mental thought processes like this are only affirmed and strengthened over time. And if you have a really positive mindset, that can be a wonderful thing. You're only going to grow stronger and more positive over time. But it works the other way around as well, guys. If you have these negative belief systems where you're making excuses, you're shunning accountability, you're stunting your growth, they're only going to grow stronger over time when you realize that every day that ticks by, you have less time to achieve your goals. It's time to flip the script. If you genuinely want a life that is different to the 9 to 5, per se, you want to escape the rat race, you have to do something different. You do, it's the reality. The 9 to 5 isn't going to get you the savings that you need. It's not going to get you the opportunities that you need to build the life that you want. At least not in the time frame that you want that life to realize itself. And you're not going to get there. You're not going to escape by shunning accountability, making excuses, blaming other people. You must acknowledge your mistakes when you've not worked hard enough. How you can change it, how you can avoid making the same mistake twice, how you can grow and get better, how you can add more value in the company that you work, how you can become more skilled. You got to be careful. It's a really consequential moment within your life because it's very easy to go down the wrong path and to allow yourself to become this negative guy who's just quite frankly not being honest with himself. Avoid friends who are like this, who complain about problems that they have the power to change, who blame other people for problems that are going on in their life because it is infectious. And you must, as a practical exercise from this video, make a conscious effort to take full accountability for problems in your life that are in your control. I'm not talking about things that come up and you have no control over. That's fine, you can complain all you like. But for the stuff that is in your control, no more complaining. Do not talk about a problem that you do not intend to fix. That is a rule. Nothing negative is going to come from following those principles. I promise you. Nothing negative is going to come from distancing yourself from negative influences either. You have to be honest with yourself. And an easy way to start being honest with yourself and fast track this process is by surrounding yourself with other people who are also incredibly honest with themselves. They won't allow you to lie. They won't allow you to slack and blame other people for it. They won't allow you to slip up constantly and put in low effort to your life. They'll be saying, come on, man, what are you doing? Pull yourself together, wake up. You want those sort of people around you. You don't want to be around the moaners, the gripers, the complainers. They're just toxic, man. So look, hopefully you can go away and apply some of these principles and take some real value from it. If you enjoyed today's video and you took some value from it, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel for much more from me, and comment your thoughts down below. And of course, look, if you did take value, maybe somebody else that you know will also take value. So any shares are really appreciated. And look, guys, check out the links in the description beneath this video, the link to the Discord, the link to the coaching. If you're interested, check it out, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.